Welcome to a pop-up live stream of the Backpacking Podcast. We don't know if anyone's going to show up, but we are still brought to you by Outdoor Vitals, makers of Performance First ultralight gear, in which right now, Jeremiah, I'm wearing some Performance First ultralight gear in this nice hoodie and this wonderful hat that is on my head right now.
I think the hat is, I know they're having a big sale. I think the hat is on sale. I just got an email earlier today. There was a couple of things that were on sale, the hat and something else. I think maybe this is last chance on the rain jacket.
Even bigger than that, man. Even bigger than that. Starting next Monday, the 19th, they're having a 10-year anniversary sale. Everything on the catalog is on sale.
Oh, this sounds like a huge Black Friday type sale.
Yeah, they said it's Black Friday level. That's how big of a deal this is. And the entire website will be on sale. So it's going to be awesome. If you have never checked out Outdoor Vitals, next week's a perfect time to do it for the first time. And go spend some money there. Tell them we sent you. We'll even put a link in the description here. So
yeah, and speaking of OutdoorVitals.com, I don't know if you have seen in the Backpacking Podcast Gmail, they've been sending us some emails about like I'd sent something, I'd returned it. I don't know if I ever told you, but I ripped the loop out of my Sawtooth shorts on my first trip. Did I tell you that?
Yes, you did.
And I don't know how, I don't know why, but it happened. And I emailed them, and their department, I know they've talked to us about this privately, but they don't have to do a lot of repairs because they're good. Their gear is so good, just out of the box. But I ripped mine. Like I said, don't know how, don't know why, but they said, send it back to us. We'll fix it. Send it back to you. So those emails that have been randomly popping up in our Gmail,
we've all been about you.
They're just letting me know. We're in the repair shop right now, and we'll send it back soon. So shout out to their repair shop. They don't get enough love.
Yeah. So big fan of Outdoor Vitals. Thank you for sponsoring our show. We love Outdoor Vitals. Hey, Jeremiah, we got some comments already.
Oh, no way, dude.
Check this out. Derwin Off the Rails has already dropped a super sticker for $9.99.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't even know a super sticker existed.
Yep. He sent us one, and apparently he left a something that says pair character jumping up and down saying #1 fan. I don't know what that means, but it's there. Hey, Chris Aconi's on here, man. Have you heard what Chris has been doing?
No, what's Chris been up to?
The Appalachian Trail.
Oh, no way. Is he doing videos of it as well?
Yeah. I don't know if he's done any videos of it yet, but I was watching an interview with him. He's kind of section hiking it this year. But he's going to get it done in a calendar year. So, pretty cool stuff right there. Let's see. Oh, I think we've confused Devin from Backcountry Exposure. He's simply saying, huh? So, man, I got some funny stuff here. Gone Feral with Squidly says, sometimes my pants sound like they're ripping.
Oh, yeah. I know. I've been there.
Yeah. Oh, this is awesome. What's up, John? It's Coach Huffman from T-Ball. It's my son's T-Ball coach. What's up, man?
Oh, shout out, Alex.
That's pretty awesome. So we got a lot of people on here. Jeremiah, there's been a lot going on just in the world in general.
Oh, dude. So much. Since our last live stream, I feel like the world is completely different. I mean, I know my world is. We had a baby, but I feel like the world is different. It's crazy, man.
Well, you were talking about sending back a pair of Skyline joggers because you ripped a loop on it. I had to send mine back because it was too big.
Oh yeah, the joggers.
Yeah, so I had to get a new pair of joggers because I've lost a bunch of weight and they're too big now.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have, bro. It feels
lots of changes, man. Here's a Friday the Hiker just got on here and said, we leave Jeremiah alone for 8 weeks and now the Sasquatch hotline is going to be blowing up. Nice growth. And where's the other half of JK? Looking good, boys. Well, thank you, Friday. Dude. Thank you. Appreciate that, man.
See this hair? You see this?
Yeah.
I mean, it is going, baby. I didn't know what conditioner was before I stopped getting haircuts.
I'm just saying, until you have another kid, you should just keep growing it.
Well, you know, I was going to try to shave my beard.
Like, you scare your baby to death.
Well, I've seen videos, dude. Have you seen the videos of the kids? Like the dad shaves his beard and then he drops the towel, and the kid's like,
It happened to my dad with my little sister when she was like 2 or 3 years old.
"No,
My
what
dad
happened?"
shaved his beard and she wouldn't even talk to him. Like, wouldn't even talk to him. So,
Have you seen the video Smokey B's Natural did on his channel? I mean, this has been a while. This has been probably a few years now of him shaving his beard for the first time and like his daughter seeing it.
yeah, yeah,
That could be
yeah.
me, man.
That could be you. Hey, can I show you some really fun pictures?
Oh, absolutely, dude.
So, my kids, I'm trying to get my kids to learn how to backpack. And this is a backpacking podcast, so I guess I'll talk about some backpacking right now. But I want to get my kids out in the woods as much as I can. And so this past weekend, I was able to get my kids out in the backyard because we actually have a yard that you can use now. And
Woo-woo.
check this out. That's them in one of my
God.
Sierra Designs tents. And it was the first time they had ever been in a tent without me. So
Oh,
this was
sounds
just
pretty
them in the
scary.
backyard by themselves. And so I am a dad through and through, man. You know why I'm a dad through and through?
Why is that?
Because they're in that tent, and I slept on the couch in the living room with the sliding glass door open and the just the screen left closed, so I could listen in case I started crying in the night or freaking out because I wasn't out there. You know what happened?
I bet that happened about 2 a.m.
Never happened. They slept through the night completely perfectly, and I didn't get any sleep because I was worried about them.
Oh, you went into full dad mode, dude.
I was in full dad mode. Check this out, man. So my son is he's terrified of the dark. So at least without me there. And so we've got those string lights, if you can see those up in the corner. So we left the string lights on overnight so that he could sleep out there without freaking out too much. I gave him a couple lamps inside the tent, but he ended up turning those off and just using the lights outside. So pretty sweet, man. Pretty sweet.
You
The
got-
kids loved it.
Can we look at that picture again?
Sure
That
can.
one that you just put on there. So you got your backyard and the tent set up there. Are those trees
Yeah.
hammockable?
Oh, Jeremiah. I got a hammock hanging in the back corner. Yeah, I got a little napping hammock out there.
And does somebody have a greenhouse next to you? What is that?
Greenhouse. Wait, hold up. What are we talking about? No, that's just a house.
Oh, just somebody's house. Okay.
That's just a house, yeah. We
All
got
right.
a ton of firewood. We got a fire pit. Nice
Living that
patio
good
area.
life.
I'm going down in the next week or two to get my smoker and bring it up. It's going to be a good day.
Oh, you're going into 100% dad mode. If you're bringing in the smoker,
Bro.
you're going to go out there, smoke some tenderloin. Some
Nothing
steak.
says good dad like smoked meat and tents. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, I'm telling you, smoked meat, that's like one of the staples of being a dad, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, check this out. So, Backcountry Exposure, Devin got on here, said, I just spent the weekend backpacking with Brigham from Outdoor Vitals, and contrary to what people think, that guy is hilarious.
Brigham, I'm not sure I've met Brigham.
I think we were on a meeting with him one time.
Oh, okay.
We meet with a lot of people, so it's hard to always remember stuff. So,
VIPs, baby.
yeah, man. Yeah.
We're
That's
out
what
here doing
happens when guys like Joe Rogan are calling you for advice. We've talked about this, We've talked about it.
Did I ask you on air if Tayson had trimmed up his beard?
No, has he?
Well, one of my friends at work that has a giant beard, and I was just talking to him. I gave him a couple of our things from Outdoor Beards.
Yeah.
I let him try one of the soaps, and I gave him I had an extra Grandpa's Pipe beard oil, and I gave it to him, let him try it out because it didn't have a coconut oil base, which he hates. And then he's like, Tayson, have you talked to Tayson lately? Outdoor Vitals? And I was like, no, I haven't talked to him in a little while. And he said, I'm pretty sure that he cut his beard off. And I said, no, I don't think so, bro. When somebody's been growing their beard, I mean, his beard is like 2 feet long.
Now, he has grown it off. He has cut it off in the past.
Okay. Well, he asked me.
It has
He's like,
happened.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if he saw that on Instagram. I don't know if this is breaking news,
I don't know.
but
I'm looking on his YouTube channel. I'll just look on Tayson's personal YouTube channel. I want to look on the Outdoor Vitals one real quick
you
and
see any evidence there?
see if there's any evidence of that.
He
And
said,
I'm not seeing anything with him and a shaved beard. Man, that would be something else, wouldn't it?
"Well," I said, "What, dude? There's no way he shaved all that off." And he's like, no, no, I think he just cut it down and trimmed it. He said it's short now, like yours." And I was like, my dude, this this is a short beard. I'd like to see what a a long beard looks like to him. Then
Oh, I know. Okay, so I got to figure this out. So,
I'll look at Doc
Tayson
White beards. Hello, folks.
Tayson Whitaker. Okay, hold up. Oh, dude. Okay, I'm gonna drag this. I'm gonna drag this on
Got
the
a
screen.
breaking news. Wani na na.
There's Tayson right there.
Oh, I can't see him, dude. I just see us.
Wait. Oh, it didn't pull it into the screen. Oh, hold up a second. Hold a second. I'm gonna have to share the screen, aren't I?
Little
Okay.
on-air production here.
Yeah, this is crazy, but he's not wrong.
Oh, Backcountry Exposure also confirms. Yes.
Look
top
at
the-
that.
Wow.
I don't know what to think right now.
I'm pretty sure, isn't his age in between us?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
It looks like just his kids.
yeah. Oh, there he is. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
You could see his neck. I don't know if I've ever seen Tayson's neck before.
Look at that pale neck. That neck hasn't seen sun in years.
I'm telling you, dude, that is a pasty neck. We're gonna have to get on him about this. He's gonna have to get out in the sun more.
Yeah, you know those, you know the tanning beds, but it's just like the thing that you plug in and hold on your face.
Yeah.
We need to get him one one of those so he can put it on his neck. His neck is the same color as mine, bro. I'm
It's
about as pasty as they
insane.
get.
It's okay. So here he is. This is I'm not gonna lie. This is blowing my mind right now. Watch this. Look at this.
Oh, wow, he's on the bike.
That is Tayson.
I didn't even know he rode, dude.
Man, I want to say I'm disappointed, but he looks good.
Yeah, he looks good.
He works
Young
out.
and mature.
And for people who are going, what's the big deal here? Why are you guys freaking out about this? Let me show you a picture of Tayson not too long ago. This is Tayson not too long ago.
Oh, look at him. He's got it in a beard man bun.
Yeah, anybody who can tie up their beard like that has a massive beard. So, yeah, give it up for Tayson. Look at that. Giving himself a new look. Reinventing himself. I wonder if that's for the 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, maybe he's going to let it grow another 10 years.
Maybe. But that looks awesome. He looks awesome.
Well, I really hope that he used that opportunity to surprise his children.
So-
Do the dad beard shape.
Richard Stanford goes, now where's he going to keep his snacks?
Dude, I'm already.
Imagine the
sometimes
weight
not-
savings. Imagine the weight savings, Jeremiah.
Well, that's worn weight. Doesn't count, right?
I guess not. Yeah, somebody else. There's a lot of comments on here. Natural sunscreen. The beard
Oh,
is a
yeah,
natural
dude.
sunscreen.
That is one fear that you got to have. If you let your beard go for a long time, then you shave it, and then part of your face is like the underbelly of a fish, and the rest of it's normal tan.
Yeah.
Yeah, look pretty bad.
Yeah. You're right about that. You're right about that. So Jeremiah, what else are we going to talk about tonight? What are some other things you're wanting to get on the
Well,
docket
I
here?
think first of all, send our check in the mail. We charge a double since we talked about Tayson, and we'd already talked about Outdoor Vitals. So I'm expecting double payment there.
I think that's fair.
I
think it's
I
fair.
think it's fair. Too. I was also going to tell you, dude. So, I mentioned, and we've talked about, we had the kid, and I am trying to figure out how do I get into the woods. I'm pretty sure, withdrawals is a real thing, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I'm having withdrawals because the whole month of July, I said, okay, I'm not going anywhere because what if the baby comes? And he did.
Yep.
And so I haven't been on a trip since the end of June. And I mean, I packed it full in May and June. And
Yeah, you did.
then luckily, one of my partners in crime, Mr. Backpacking with Jason, sir, got injured at the same time that we were about to have this kid. So that took him off trail. and I think that he might be back around the same time that I can come back, which would be
Really?
September. My birthday's in September, so I may be able to celebrate my birthday by doing I wouldn't say the one thing I love, because I love all kinds of things, but getting out and hitting the trail. So the question is, where to begin? Do you play it as stay close, only do one night out just in case the wife calls and says, "Hey, I need you to come on back"?
You got somebody wanting to talk to you, buddy. Check this out.
Who
It's
is
another
it?
super chat from Derwin Off the Rails. We will be at the Gorge this weekend. Cough, cough.
Oh,
I
that
was just
sounds
at the
pretty
Gorge last
fun.
week. I was just at the Gorge last week. So, yeah. That's pretty sweet.
Well,
Man, I love when
I
Derwin's on
think
here because he gives us money.
yeah, dude. All the money he's giving me has all went to diapers, but I really appreciate it. We're about to go up in a size, so those old ones I can't use anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for donating to the cause and making this podcast continue to exist.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. I'll tell you what, man. When I first had kids, that was like we found out we were pregnant with my daughter, like the week I got back from Kilimanjaro. Like literally the week I got back. So I'd just gotten into backpacking like that year, and I kind of had to pull back early, and so I
Yeah.
took kind of a back seat. Then me and my buddy Brian got this idea of doing the Sheltowee Trace. We only had one kid when we decided to do it. So I started training and hiking and backpacking and all that stuff to get ready. And then my son was born right
Yeah,
before we
set you
started the Sheltowee Trace.
It makes it
So
inconvenient, doesn't it? Makes it
it
tough.
does. A nice thing is I married very well. And my wife was very cool about me going out, even though she had a baby. And so that was kind of nice. It made it a little easier. So
Well,
so people are putting stuff out there. I want to talk about this. So the term merch just came up,
oh yeah,
and
aren't
and
you
and,
doing
and then
something?
it came up again. You know what else could fund diapers? Merch. So little update. I made the statement before the end of summer we would have merch, right?
Okay, yeah. I
I'm
didn't
telling you,
remember the
we are
cutoff.
only a few weeks out from that becoming a reality. Just before it's not summer anymore.
September the 22nd is my birthday, and that's the end of summer.
And that's the end of summer. And we will have
That's
merch
your
before
cutoff.
that. And let me tell
Oh,
you, it's going to be fun. We're going to have some fun
but
merch.
that is that's a Sunday, so you could drop it on that Monday, the 23rd. I'm just throwing it out there. You can do whatever you want. You're in charge of the merch thing, obviously.
The merch will already be released, but we'll announce it on the 23rd.
Okay,
I
yeah, the
think it'll be
diehards
real.
can get it.
Yeah, people,
Maybe they
if they're keeping their eyes open. Oh, said Derwin said, John's been on the cricket machine. No, I haven't. I don't touch that thing. I don't touch it. I stay away from it. That's my wife's, and if I broke it, I'm not dealing with that.
You had mentioned the Sheltowee Trace, and I had I thought would be a fun little topic for you. A couple of questions involving trails.
Mm-hmm.
So let me give you some examples of what I would call some mid/longish trails. Okay. And I'd love for the audience to play along too. You let me know which one. Well, first, let me read some off. Sheltowee Trace. It's like a 300-ish, 350-mile in Kentucky. The John Muir Trail, or Muir, or however you say it.
John Muir.
J-M-T.
John Muir.
Muir. That one I think takes about a month on average to hike, wouldn't you say?
Goes through the Sierras, hits the highest point in the southern 48.
You have the Long Trail, which I did. And if you're an avid listener of the podcast, that took me about a month. The Camino de Santiago, that takes about a month, maybe a month and a half, depending on what route you do and how many miles/kilometers. The Arizona Trail, I think that's a big one for Darwin. Who else is out there?
Which trail
around
did you
the
say
edge?
that was? Which one was that?
Arizona.
Arizona Trail? Yeah. The Arizona Trail's
Dar-
long. Isn't it like 1,000 miles?
No way. Is it 1,000 miles? I put it on my mids.
Yeah, I don't think that's mid, man. I mean, I could be wrong, and it wouldn't be the first time.
Arizona Trail, 800 miles. So no, all these are under 1,000 that I'm naming.
Okay. I still don't think 800
Arizona.
miles is mid, though.
Well, it depends on how you categorize it. The way I'm framing these questions, it's mid.
That's true. That's true.
The Colorado Trail,
It's about 500
which I don't know a
miles.
whole lot about, 500-ish.
Yeah.
And then the Hayduke Trail. Have you ever heard of this?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I hadn't until
Did-
I was Googling some of these mid trails.
Did you put the Pinhoti Trail on that list?
No, we can add the Pinhoti.
Got to put the Pinhoti. Got to give the Alabama boys some love on that one.
Pinhoti Mafia out there
That's
floating.
right. That's right.
So I want you to give me which one, and you can add others if you'd like. And people in the comments on YouTube, on Spotify, let me know which of those mid trails you would like to hike the most, and then which one you'd hike the least and why. So, John, I'm going to let you go first, then I'll go after you.
John Muir.
That's the one that you want to hike the least.
No, the most, the absolute most.
Oh, okay. All right.
Absolute
And
most.
what's drawing you out to the JMT?
Ever since I watched the movie Mile and a Half, I have had a burning desire to go hike that trail. And not only that, but I actually have other guys that we may be doing it together if they stick to their promise.
Oh, you going to name drop them to hold them accountable?
Well, yeah. So you've got that hiking guy, Chris Colbert.
Oh my goodness, he really is name dropping them. Okay, I know Chris.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know Jeremy, All Things Outdoors.
Yes, the infamous.
Yeah, so that's a couple of the guys. And then Brian
Now,
Carlson. Brian Carlson
you know,
was in that group when we started talking about it. I don't know if he still is, but I mean, there was a promise made.
Did y'all like do the
I've
pinky
been
shake?
losing weight and trying to get my butt in shape for this thing because I want to do it. I'm just saying. I'm even thinking about taking a sabbatical to do it. So,
Well, you know, Jeremy might drive it in his Bronco. He's a big Bronco guy.
that's a
so
pretty sweet
if he
Bronco. He's got a good video coming out in a week or two.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't want to spoil it. I don't know what's public or not, but
Well, all I'm
they
going to say
did
is killer drone shots and riding a
Uh-huh.
Bronco out west.
yeah, and I'll say
Leave it at that.
also famous photographer.
Yeah, famous photographer friend.
Yeah, who could that be? I don't know. We might be friends with him too.
Mr.
But
Backpacking
anyway-
Jason, sir.
Well, I don't know if I consider him a photographer. Maybe more of a videographer. Backpacking with well, do we say backpacking with grandpa now?
You can call him whatever you want, man. I
Yeah,
guess with you having a kid, it is backpacking with grandpa.
I think so. So you
Yeah,
say the JMT.
Oh,
That's gonna
by far the JMT. It's not even
All
not even a
right.
close second. If anybody knows me really well, they know I love mountains. So yeah, I'm gonna pick the one with the mountains. 100%.
Well, you know what I love is negativity. And that's why for the past 2 weeks, we've been the complaining podcast. If anybody hasn't heard, last couple of weeks, and we might mention a couple more things on here a little later, but we've just been complaining about all the people that ruin backpacking trips. And if you want to ruin backpacking trips for other people, you should listen to the last couple of weeks podcast episodes so you can learn to ruin other people's trips.
Yeah. And can I show you
So let-
something?
Yeah, we'll get back to the least here in a second. What
I'm
you
so
got?
ADHD right now; it's ridiculous. But so I did go out to the gorge last week. It was great. Had a good time. But here's what's cool. This was the first sunrise. Do you want to see this?
Yeah, where is this at?
This is at Hanson's Point. Okay, I've never seen
Oh,
Hanson's
okay.
Point look like this before. But are you ready for this? Here comes the picture.
Oh,
It's coming up right now. Boom.
yeah, should I drum roll you?
Is it gonna show?
That wasn't
Maybe it's
drum
not gonna
roll.
show. There it is. What do you think about
Oh,
that, man?
Well, let me describe it a little bit for people just listening. OMG. Dude, you got the sunrise. In the east, you have the cloud cover just covering this whole forest and then jutting out. Perfect rule of thirds here, by the way. Great.
You're welcome.
I could
You're
call you
welcome.
a photographer. Thank you for gracing us with this. But perfect rule of thirds here. You got on the left rule of thirds this massive rock outcropping just peeking out of that valley. Dude, that is excellent work.
Okay, you ready for this
Gorgeous.
though?
I haven't seen it
That's
like
only one of two. That's one of two.
oh, an appetizer, huh?
I had to actually get the sun in there too. So we'll see if this one
All right.
comes in so you can see it. I got the spinning pinwheel of death right now, so
Oh,
that-
there it is.
that was the other side.
Oh, beautiful, bro. Do you have a cup of coffee out there?
You know, it was funny. We just got up and the guy I was with had never been out there before.
Mm-hmm.
At least not for a sun. He hiked out there, but he'd never been out there in the morning for a sunrise. So I was like, let's just go down. I'd already had a cup of coffee, and so we just hiked down and just sat there in awe. I mean, it was the most amazing. Like, I've been out there multiple times, like multiple times. Hanson's Point is probably what I would call my happy place. You know, it's like an hour from my house, and so I can drive out there almost any time and just camp out. But I've never seen it look like this. Absolutely beautiful.
It's a great place to catch a sunrise, man.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
unreal.
perfect. The way that point sits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
and I
fantastic.
say that to frame why I want to do the John Muir Trail. Because the John Muir Trail is it's in the Sierras. It's all mountains, and it's going to be views like that. You know, except even more expansive and massive. So that is why I love that view, and I love seeing things like that. So I will
Now-
be hitting up the old John Muir at some point.
If y'all run into some snow, are you going to be trained to be able to self-arrest with like an ice axe or anything like that? Or do you
Well, I'm
even- are you
hoping
gonna-
when we go, we won't have to worry about that, but you never know up there. So I will
Yeah,
probably have to,
'cause-
we probably will have to take ice axes, though, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and I don't have the first clue on how to use an ice axe. No idea. The only places I've seen it used are in videos and movies.
Yeah, and I really think it's when you go, because I know a lot of people that go and they don't ever need them.
Okay. Yeah.
So it just depends on when you go.
Yeah, isn't the JMT, does it coincide with a long trail, or at least like doesn't the CDT or the PCT, one of those run around the same mountain range?
Yeah, the PCT.
Okay, so the PCT, does it coincide with part of the JMT or all of the JMT, or is it just that they both go through the Sierras? Or do
I'm
you know?
pretty sure that most of the JMT is with the PCT. I could be wrong on that. And if anybody knows, like, tell us so we know, so we don't sound like idiots. But yeah, that's a pretty cool one, and I'm gonna do that one.
Okay. Now, let's go to the opposite end of the coin here. Before we do, I was going to tell you, check out the comments. We have a few people on here talking about what they would like to do. And if in the comments, if y'all want to tell us some of these that we forgot on the mid trails.
We
you can
forgot a
add
big
those-
one,
Oh, which one?
the Uinta Highline Trail.
Oh, Utah.
Yeah, that's one I want to do too. That's another one I want to do. I'm not crazy about the possibility of drinking cow poop water, but I definitely want to hike. I definitely want to hike that.
The Benton Mackay, 300 miles, Megan Golly.
Yeah, right. That one starts with the AT and ends on the AT, but it doesn't hike along the AT for much. It actually does a loop outside of the AT.
Yeah, what states?
I believe Georgia and is it Georgia and South Carolina? Maybe.
I don't know. All those, it's hard to keep all those states
Yeah.
straight. You know, they're all there together.
Yeah.
Carolina, and
This
Tennessee.
is when you know just how unscripted we are, because we didn't do any research on like where these trails are. We just kind of start talking about them.
No, dude. I'm talking about a 30-second Google search is the show prep that I did.
well, Devin told us, he said if you go late summer, you won't need ice axes or spikes on the JMT.
Okay, well, I would suggest this is unsolicited advice, but if I were you, I would try late summer.
I mean, that was my goal. It was like August. So-
yeah.
See, I want to
Um,
schedule it so it's when they're doing open house for my kids' school, so I don't have to go to that.
And Yeah,
We just,
yeah,
by the way, we just did open house for our schools tonight.
yeah. How was it?
I hate open house.
Dude, don't you love meeting all the teachers? We're pouring our heart and soul into
It's
this
not about the
education.
teachers. It's not nothing against the teachers. It's the fact that every kid in that school and every parent for every kid in that school and every sibling for every kid in that school is in that building at the exact same time, all doing the
Oh,
same thing. And it's just madness.
oh, the chaos. You don't like the chaos.
Yeah, I don't like the chaos. That's why I like backpacking. If
Well,
there's chaos, it's usually weather related. That's about it. Or
I
if you
have
got certain people with you, like we talked about the last couple of weeks.
yeah. I have open house tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah.
So I'm about to re-enter the chaos.
Another trail you forgot,
Oh, which one?
the Tahoe Rim Trail.
Oh, yeah. That would be a good one.
That's a good.
That
I
one
want
on
to
your
do that
list?
one. I've seen people have done that. That's beautiful. That's a hard one though, from what I hear.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it. Was it Miyagi that done that?
I know. Oh, who was it that did it? Spaguyver did it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
didn't
sure
see
he did it. I think he ended up having to get off the trail at some point because of maybe wildfires or something. But I know he did it at some point. So Unlikely Hiker said the Northville Placid Trail. I don't know what that is. We need to know more about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm guessing that's up north around her.
Benton Mackay is Springer Mountain in Georgia to North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
So
I got you. And also Odd Man Outdoors. JMT is on the PCT.
JMT is on the PCT.
Well, it says most of it.
And I just had somebody else say, "You're not the only one who's done with open house."
Oh, Karen Washington. I don't know. Is it worse if you're a parent, a student, or a teacher?
Well,
I
my
mean, at least
sister-in-law, I'm not jealous of her. She's a teacher, and her school
Uh-huh.
did it from 2:00 till 6:30.
2:00 to 6:30.
Yeah, so that all the people weren't there at the exact same time. So it was
Uh-huh.
great for the parents and the kids,
Oh, they staggered it.
but man, for the teachers, they were on their feet for 4.5 hours doing that. That doesn't sound like fun to me.
Yeah, ours is just freshmen, so I think it'd only be 400 or 500 kids, and they don't
Yeah.
all come to the house. I had. Oh, by the way, speaking of school, I'll tell you one other thing before we go back to the trail that you don't want to do. I had an old person moment today, dude. For maybe the first time. We had trainings all day today as part of our professional development, and one of the
Yeah.
sessions I was in, there was a fellow teacher in there. I said, "This girl looks familiar. What's her name? What's her name?" And I'll tell you, her first name is Jaylee.
Okay.
So after the session was over, I stopped her and I said, "Is your name Jaylee?" Would have been weird if it wasn't. And she was like, yeah, she had been like, "No, what? My name's Felicia or whatever." So
Felicia.
yeah,
You couldn't pick like Susan. It had to be something like Felicia.
she said, "Yeah," and she laughed, and I was like, "Did you go here?" And she was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Was I your teacher?" She was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Are you a teacher now?" And she was like, "Yeah, my teacher over." I won't say where, but it's one of the elementary schools here in town.
And you're like, "I'm old."
Yes, dude, that was my first that was my first year old moment. I thought it was going to be a wake up and my back hurts and I don't know why, or I don't know, a weak stream while I'm peeing or something. But no.
When you have to start getting a subscription to Hims, that's when you know.
Yeah.
You've gotten old.
Okay. Back
Okay,
to
so
the back.
we've gotten some comments about these trails. Unlikely Hiker was talking about the North Placid Trail. Said it goes
Uh-huh.
from Northville to Lake Placid in New York. Deceptively difficult. And then Appalachian Adam also said that the Benton Mackay goes through Tennessee as well. And then here's another one, man. Here's another great one. Oh my gosh. How do we not think about this one too? The Wonderland Trail around Mount Rainier and the Pacific Northwest Trail from Montana to the Pacific Ocean. Now, that's not a small trail.
No, we'd have to put that in the long. I'm pretty
That's
sure.
in long, long trails. Yeah.
I think him. I think
And then
that's in my
Megan
next-
Golly's on here saying, teacher here, open houses tomorrow and I'm dreading it.
Well, represent Megan. Go out there and educate those kids, and also advocate for a raise. Use a raise.
Yes.
I know you could do. And so could everybody else.
So you were talking about a teacher that was working with you. The church I work at now, my boss, the lead guy at our church, was one of my youth group kids and interned with me when I was up in Wisconsin.
And now he's the boss man, huh?
And now he's the boss man.
Oh, bro. You better be nice to him. He's cutting that paycheck.
You know I am. It's not hard, though.
I'm sure he's a nice guy,
Oh, that's
especially
awesome.
if you had him in youth group.
You know, it's one of those things like anybody, like with you having someone you've taught become a teacher, there's like this pride in it, you know, just like, you played a part.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, not to shout us out, but a little bit of self-love here. I don't know any other professions besides teaching and ministry. And I think it may be even more so in teaching, not to negate what you do.
That's okay.
But-
You're stuck. You're like really full of yourself. So that's cool.
I'm
kidding.
I have never heard that before, John. Usually I'm just a humble pie. So it's little ripples, dude. The difference that you make in one person's life can create ripples where they create difference in other people's lives, and it can change your community. And I'm talking about the community aspect, not like a world shift. But
Well,
like,
I think there's business owners too that can be that way.
I think so
Guys
too,
who
but I don't
employ a lot of people who maybe wouldn't get a chance somewhere else, and
Yes, that's
get the opportunity to change that life. I mean, here's the thing: anybody can. It's just not as
Right.
obvious, like you're saying with teaching.
I think that my point is that if you want to be a good teacher, that profession is going to have the most opportunities to do what I'm stating. Because you can make change in anybody's life, right? I mean, but
On the flip side of that,
yeah.
you also have the most opportunity to really screw people up.
I think you're right, especially with the younger kids. With the older kids, sometimes it's hard once they get to that age, to make a whole lot of change.
Yeah.
It's kind of like one of Jason's buddies was giving me advice on having a child because he's got a couple good boys. He's a great dad. And so I was listening to his advice, and he's like, having a kid's kind of like a tomato plant. Once that tomato is grown and ripe, it's pretty hard to kill it. But you got to put on the best topsoil, and you have to really take care of it in its infancy. And then once it's of age, there's not a whole lot you can do to change it.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that's true with education too. It's
a
lot easier to change whenever they're younger.
Yeah, I got advice. I got marriage advice a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
from a guy who's been divorced twice.
Oh,
and it was his advice was, he told me I needed to buy something, and I made the statement, man, we don't have the money for that right now. He wanted me to buy a freeze dryer. You need to buy a freeze dryer. I was like, that's like $2,000 minimum.
I thought you were going to say Corvette, dude. I was hoping for a Corvette.
Well, it ain't happening either. That's definitely not happening. But he's telling me to buy this freeze dryer, and I'm like, I can't afford that. Because listen, there's this thing called ask for forgiveness, not permission. And my buddy's sitting right next to me, and he goes, yeah, take that advice from the guy who's been divorced twice.
Oh, bro, you burned him.
So you got to know where you're getting your advice from, man. It's important. Hey, we just got another super chat, this time from Friday the Hiker. Says, thanks for the pick-me-up tonight, boys. It's been a boring YouTube summer. Contribution to the Diaper Tent Lantern Fund. Ooh, there's a tent lantern fund now. My kids are going to be so happy.
Take care of these kids, man.
That's right. That's right. And I didn't get this comment up earlier, but I was like, wow. Woodall Trail said, I just picked up some pork belly. I'm going to make some burnt ends. You ever had burnt ends?
Is that with the smoker?
Yeah.
I don't think I've had them. You have to email me some, Woodall.
No, what I have to do is like, we're going to have you and your family up here and we'll just make some.
Oh, I could do that. Yeah.
Just saying,
I could
man.
do that.
Yeah, we got to visit the new casa.
Make some s'mores, have a big fire.
Yeah. Be good times. Good times. So what else we got to talk about, Jeremiah? And that I've just railroaded everything you keep trying to do.
Oh, no worries, dude. We are Darwin off the rails here. So
The
You
alter
like that?
ego of Darwin off the rails. Or Darwin on the
So-
trail, I should say.
Which one are you going to say is the one that you want to do the least? Not the one that's least likely, but let's throw one away, man. That's
Well,
not for me.
the only reason I'm going to throw it away is because I've already done it. Is the Sheltowee Trace.
Oh, what a cop-out answer. I thought you'd at least be like Arizona Trail, too much sand or something stupid like that.
Now, I mean, honestly, if I was going to throw one away, it's the one you did.
Oh, the Arizona Trail.
No, not the Arizona Trail. The Long
Camino.
Trail.
The Long Trail.
The Vermont Long Trail. That would probably be the one I throw out.
That's the
I've
most
heard too
valuable.
much. I've heard too much about the just sloppy mud and bad weather conditions through there, and that's one trail that every time I hear about it, I don't find it appealing.
You know, you remember 5 minutes ago when you said be careful where you get your advice from?
Yeah.
Well, 90% of that long trail advice came from me, and you know you cannot listen to me, dude. So you need to get out.
You're not the only one, though. You're not the only one. I've heard it from other people. You're not the only one.
You need to get out there and get those feet muddy and do the long. You should probably do it barefoot, dude. Have you thought about that?
That's my plan from hiking from now on. I'm not ever going to wear any footwear whatsoever.
Do not have to worry about mudding your shoes.
I want to build up 3/4 inch calluses all over my feet, and that's how I'm going to hike from this day forward.
Cody Lundeen, man.
No chance.
You'll
I'm not
survive.
doing that at all. But in all seriousness, like the Vermont Long Trail's never even like, you know how you hear a trail like, oh, I want to do that. I've never once been like, man, I want to do the Vermont Long Trail. I've just never thought that.
Well, I never thought it either, dude. If Hatchet Man hadn't invited me, then I mean, who knows if I would even heard of it. But thank God he did, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do a quick little rapid fire on this last one because I got a couple of emails before we go that I want to talk about.
Yeah, let's do it.
So on the long trails. Now, I haven't named them all here. Again, this is a 30-second Google show prep here. For this question, I did do more show prep than just that 30 seconds, but which long trail do you want to hike the most and which the least? So we got like the Appalachian Trail, PCT, CDT, American Perimeter Trail, Florida Trail, Ice Age Trail, Mountains to Sea Trail. Here's a couple more for you. North Country Trail, American Discovery Trail, Great Western Loop, Pacific Northwest Trail. Which one of those are you thinking the most? Wait, should I go first?
Oh, you can if you want to. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'm sorry, Rue. I know the American Perimeter Trail is your passion. We love having you on. We should have him back on in the future. I can't do the perimeter of the U.S. It's too much for me. I'm not that guy. I'm not him.
Well, Jeremiah, we also have to remember the Great Divide Trail in Canada.
Oh, yeah, that didn't even make the list. The
Yeah.
North Country Trail, isn't that in Canada too? Am I crazy?
I think it's across the northern United States, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, basically Canada.
I could be right about that. I could be wrong too.
Yeah, who knows?
So which trail? Which trail?
Yeah, which most, which least?
I'm gonna say least is the Florida Trail.
Yeah, that's tied for least on me. Dude.
Least is the Florida Trail. I don't want to walk through swamps infested with alligators and pythons and who knows what else out there. And not only that, but it's just that trail does. It's another one of those trails that just doesn't look appealing to me.
What about mosquitoes? Do you like mosquitoes?
Oh, mosquitoes are awesome. Everybody loves mosquitoes. Heck no. I put
what about
permethrin on everything.
What about waist high water that hasn't moved in 5,000 years?
In 5,000 years?
Swampy. Just swamp.
5,000 years. Nobody's even set foot in it.
If you like what I'm saying, you should go to Florida and walk 1,000 miles straight up the state. Baby.
Here you go. The North Country Trail is from Vermont to North Dakota.
Okay, yeah, that's almost.
I think that's like I think that's several thousand miles.
Oh yeah, dude, it's long.
That's a long one. Yeah.
I clicked the little drop down button and it said it was long.
Yeah, and how about no trail, off trail?
Oh, make your own adventure.
That could be fun. I mean, that's basically the CDT, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you just look on your phone and you're like, okay, well, I think I'm kind of on the trail,
I
but we
gotta
just need
get
to keep going
there.
north.
I just gotta get there, so I'm gonna go this way.
Yeah, another 1,500 miles north, and I'll be there. Which
Yeah.
one? Which one comes in first place for you? If you have to pick one, I think I'm going to have to do the Appalachian Trail and keep it classic, dude. I'm a social guy. What can I say? I want to get out there. I want to write in those trail journals. Got to leave my mark on history.
I'm gonna be honest. I've hiked enough on the East Coast that the Appalachian Trail doesn't excite me.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, trying to find a place to sleep, trying to find an open hole to poop in that nobody else has used.
Mm-hmm.
The AT is not one of those things that attracts me to hiking right now. But I will tell you, I would love to do the PCT.
PCT it is.
And again, it comes back to mountains. I just love mountains, and there are mountains all over the PCT.
Mexico to Canada,
Like
baby.
real mountains, not us East Coast mountains, like real mountains, 14ers, like the big boys.
Oh,
So-
I'm with you, dude. That's tough.
I would love to do the PCT. But I'm gonna shoot some reality. I'm married with kids.
It's probably not going to happen.
That ain't happening unless when my kids are in high school, they want to do it with me, and we take 2 summers and we take 3 months each summer and go do some of it. But as far as doing it in a calendar year, I doubt that opportunity is going to be there for me. Just
I'm
saying,
with you,
unless I'm retired, and I don't know if I'm ever retiring, so we'll see.
Well, I don't know if we said anything about this, but we're having a special guest tonight.
We
That,
are. You're right about that.
He'll be coming on the show pretty soon. And I'm excited. I'm not sure that this guest has ever made an appearance on the podcast.
No, and it's so funny because they don't even speak English. It's our first non-English speaking guest.
Now, I
That
think
we've
we
had
have
on the
had
show.
bilingual.
We've had
maybe even
bilingual, but we've never
tri-
had non-English speaking.
Yeah, and I got to tell you right now, this this person doesn't know the first word of English.
And doesn't know the first thing about backpacking either, but they've been begging to be on this thing, so we couldn't help. Should I show the picture of who we're talking about right now, Jeremiah, or should I hold
Yeah.
off on that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Go ahead and show the picture.
All right, so this is our special guest that's going to be joining us here soon. Jeremiah, would you care to explain who this rather rude crying person is right now?
Well, I'll tell you, I took this photo about an hour before the show started tonight, and this face, I'll tell you what it says. It says, "I am hungry." He's not happy at all. He just saw me finish an entire plate of Chinese food. I had General Tso's chicken and some pork fried rice and an egg roll.
Oh, that sounds good.
And it was delicious, but it was deep fried. And he watched me eat it, and then he started bawling his eyes out. And Mommy was in the bathtub, so guess who got to feed him?
Yep.
Yours truly.
Well, Jeremiah, I think it's time we quit talking about this little guy, and we actually let everybody see him. So, everybody, say hi to
Bring him on.
Jeremiah Jr.
Feast
And
your
he
eyes.
is he out cold?
He's a grumpy, just so we know.
He's a little grumpy.
Oh man,
Oh, look at that face.
he's a beast. That's awesome, man. That is awesome.
Got Daddy here. We call him Baby J.
He's looking around at these lights, going, "What in the world are we doing right now?"
Oh,
Oh, we lost the best.
thanks, Mama.
Oh no. Bye.
We'll see ya.
Little cameo by Bridget as well. How about that?
Yeah, we got the whole team coming out here, man. That's pretty cool. So here's the thing, man. He's probably the best guest we've ever had.
Oh, well, I might be a bit biased, but I have to agree with you there. Maybe the best guest we'll ever have. How crazy would it be to have him 15 years from now on this show?
Well, here's the question, Jeremiah. Does our guest have a good poop story?
Oh my God, dude. You know how many, the very first diaper I changed at the hospital, the next one was a blowout because I had no idea what I was doing. Didn't put the diaper on either the right way or on well enough.
Okay, did you do
And
yours backwards? Because
I
my
didn't
first
do it
diaper was backwards. My first diaper was backwards. I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh,
Backwards.
dude. I've been pooped on, peed on.
Yep.
I mean, the second diaper, dude. Take it off. I don't know what it is about that cold air. He's peed on the nurses. The last appointment we took him to, we put him down on the scale to weigh, and he just pooped all over the place. And I was like, I'm so sorry. She's like, it's okay, honey. It happens all the time. He's gonna have a lot of good poop stories, and most of them have been, hey, let's wait till our diaper's off, and then we can poop on dad.
So can I tell you my son's first time that we changed his diaper?
Oh, please do.
Okay, so my son was born 10 weeks early. So he only
Yeah,
weighed 3 pounds and 12 ounces when he was born.
Oh, he's real little.
He was tiny, right? So we're in the NICU, and we're getting to change our first diaper. I say, getting to.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think dads feel the same way as moms do about that stuff. But so we get his diaper off, and I've got my hand inside this little hole, and he laser beams my hand.
Oh my!
And I'm
goodness.
talking, my hand was a foot away from that kid's backside. And it's
Was he in,
that
like, an
black
incubator?
newborn poop. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, it's like black tar, dude.
It's like tar, and it's all over my hand and dripping off my finger. And instead of getting like a wipe or something to help me clean off my hand, my wife and all the nurses are just laughing and thinking it's hilarious. I'm seeing her poop all over my hand. So thank you, dear. Thank you. It's actually on
I'm right
Instagram too. If you get on my personal Instagram account and you look for it back in 2018, there's a picture of my hand covered in my son's poop.
Oh,
Because my
bro.
wife took a picture of it before getting me something to clean it off.
Yeah, it is funny. Were you was he in the incubator thing and you had to stick your
Yes.
hand through the
Yeah,
holes?
he was in the
like,
incubator.
through it?
Yep.
Yeah, little guy, man.
Yep.
But
Yep.
he's getting big now. Look at him camping out in the
dude.
backyard.
Oh man. Yeah. He is so ready. I think we're gonna go in a couple weeks. He and I were gonna do an overnight out at the gorge. And
Oh, man, you gotta
he
take
is
some pictures.
super excited. So I
can't
got them both UGQ quilts.
Oh, I don't blame you there.
Like the little junior ones. Oh, my wife's been watching. She goes, and it was Valentine's Day.
What a special Valentine's Day gift.
Yeah. Thanks, babe. Love you.
The gift food. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, that happened. That totally happened. So so Jeremiah, let's talk about
I want to do
let's
the
talk-
emails.
yes, I want to talk about the emails. So can you pull those up and read those to us?
Yes, I have here. So like we said, we've been the complaining podcast for the last couple of weeks, and we asked for user feedback, and we used a lot of it in episode 2. And but we also got some emails. If anybody ever wants to email us, it's backpackingpodcast@gmail.com. So this was just some irritants that our viewers had on trail that they thought would be pertinent to share on how you could run people's backpacking trips. So the first one is from Philip, and he is actually from Ashland, Kentucky.
Yep.
And this is his trail irritants, 2 of them. First, I've been guilty of this. Usually it's because I forget my charge cord, but someone asking for multiple charges, they don't bring a charger of their own. Have you ever been out on trail and somebody bums a juice up off of you?
No. But I think if they did, I would not be happy about it.
Well, I have done it multiple times. Most of the time it's Mr. Backpacking with Jason. And it's usually because my charger dies. Remember we complained for a while of that Nightcore 10,000 milliamp hour charger?
Yes.
And everybody's just like, you're not doing it right or whatever we were doing wrong. That thing was dying on me, and I tried multiple trips. And then you're out there for 3 days and you're like, well, It's either bum a charge or let your phone die. Don't film any of the rest of this trip, which is probably my fault out there filming so much and just using my phone. But here's the second one. Oh, actually, it's some pictures.
Can I
of the
pull one of these
fall.
up? Because I've
Yeah,
got
if you
one
have
saved.
access.
There,
I
this
said,
is Havasu
I've never
Falls.
heard of it.
This is Havasu
Havasu
Falls.
Falls. I don't know. Never heard of it. Don't know anything about it. I'll give it a goog unless you know some stuff about it.
Don't know anything about Havasu Falls, but I want to go to Havasu Falls now just because of that.
Arizona. It's in Arizona.
Look at that, man. Come on
in the
now.
Grand Canyon.
Come on now. We need to
Dude,
go to that.
That's out of a movie.
Yeah.
That's a movie, dude.
That's beautiful. I'm
Philip
just saying.
from Ashland.
We need to do a rim to
sharing-
rim. That's what that just said. That just said we need to do a rim to rim.
Well, here's the 2-sentence blurb on
We'll
it.
take our wives and
I'm
our
keep-
kids. They can hang out and go shopping together, and you and I will go do the rim to rim.
Oh, I would love that.
And my wife would go along with that because she knows
Yeah,
I'm not
mom would
asking
too.
her to hike. You know, she'd be like, "I
My
want to
wife
see the
would
Grand
say-
Canyon," and then go do something else.
Yeah. My wife would say, "What's the shopping budget? Y'all go ahead." It says Havasu Falls is a waterfall of Havasu Creek located in the Grand Canyon, Arizona. And it's within the Havasupai tribal lands. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And it's 98 feet blue-green in color. It really is blue-green in color. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
That
that
is
was.
insane.
I mean, we were just looking at it. I mean, that's exactly what it was. I mean, look at this.
5 to 7 hours if you want to hike to it, dude.
I'm down. I'm 100% down for that.
It's a gradual incline, much more tiring. You'll notice what seemed like a flat trail on the way, but it's actually incline. 5 to 7 hours. Well, all right. You ready for the other email?
Yeah, I've got it pulled up right now. Read it for us.
All right. This one is Jeff from South Carolina. Dude, this is me like every trip. Most of the time it's not on purpose. Jeff from South Carolina. He says his irritant on trail, how you ruin his trip, is you're his buddy, but you're unreliable with the GPS. And he
Uh-huh.
specifically gives an example. Do you want to read the example of
He says, "Oh, looks like we're maybe a 1/10 of a mile from our lunch spot, but then we proceed to hike for another 2 miles because their GPS is not reliable."
Bro, let me tell you a quick little story of when I done this, okay? So there's Beaver Creek Wilderness is fairly close to where I live. And I told Jason, I was like, dude, you have to come down and see this. So me and him just went on this quick little overnight trip. And I said, I got the perfect place for us to camp. It's in this big pine thicket. There's firewood everywhere, bro. Everywhere. You don't have to look for it. You literally just sit there and just grab it from next to you. And I was like, and the next day we'll see a waterfall. And then the trail gets kind of difficult and it's easy to lose, but then we'll be out and it's no big deal. It'll be a loop back to our vehicles. So we start and I'm like, okay, dude, after this little cave that we had to go through, then we're going to hit the pine thicket. It's not too far. So are you still with me?
I'm still with you, man. Uh-oh.
Okay.
I thought you
So
froze
we
there
go
for a
through the
second.
little cave. I say, okay. We went through the little cave. And I say, okay, it's not too much further. And then we keep walking and we keep walking and we keep walking and we hit the waterfall. And I said, he said, wait a second. Didn't you say that we were supposed to be camping in some pine thickets? And I was like, yeah, I screwed us up on this one, bro. I knew as soon as I saw that waterfall, I knew we had gone too far. That was supposed to be on tomorrow's agenda.
That's
But-
funny.
And I'll tell you one other thing. There's not a great camp spot around that waterfall. And there's only like one okay hammock spot. And both of us had hammocks. And we rock, paper, scissored for who got the spot.
Oh,
And
man.
guess who won that one?
That would be you. You're the
Always
jerk
go
who
with
put him in the
rock,
wrong place and then took the good spot.
I took a good spot. I think it's a good spot.
Oh, that's
There's
funny.
no firewood. Everything's
Oh.
wet. I don't even know if we had a fire.
I tell people
That was
all the
all.
time, I don't like camping at fire or at waterfalls, not large ones anyways, because
Wet,
it's
ain't it?
so wet. Like everything's wet because it's just spitting water up into the air. And so I'm not a big fan of like camping by a huge waterfall. I like camping down trail from a waterfall and hiking back to it and hanging out and then going back to my dry campsite. But yeah.
Yeah,
Not crazy.
and it's loud.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't mind that though. I love the sound of water. Like I just love the sound
The
of water.
complaining podcast, bro.
Oh
We're
man,
the
love it.
complaining
Love it. Hey, check this out. So, All Things Outdoors, Jeremy said it's hard to get permits for Havasu Falls. And then Backcountry Exposure, Devin, he said 10 miles. Permits for Havasupai are like $300 a person.
Yeah,
That's expensive.
we're gonna need some more donations, Derwin.
So,
Can you
Outdoor Beards, it's time to pick up another sponsorship.
Yeah, we'd have to reinvest here. What about this, man? What about a good pop-up live stream on a Monday night, a random Monday
know,
night?
man.
How crazy?
We've had so many people asking when these are starting back up. So, Jeremiah, do you want to let people know when these are starting back up? So they
Yeah,
can mark their calendars and be ready for the next season.
I think the date's September the 12th. Let me double check here on my Gmail because our first guest, should I go ahead and say who the first guest is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
And I think it's December. I think it's September the 9th. I don't think it's the
September the
12th.
9th. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. September the 9th. That's Monday, September the 9th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our guest, Sally Chaffin Brooks. She backpacked the AT, and I loved her memoir. And I think she's also a stand-up comic, and that is another thing that I absolutely love is stand-up comedy. So I think it's going to be it's going to be a really entertaining show. She has her own podcast. I think she's got a couple podcasts too. So I know she's going to be a good speaker, So I think it's just going to be a really good show. She's a backpacker. She's just like us, and she's an entertainer. So
Just like us.
I mean,
just like us. Just ask
just
Joe Rogan.
professional.
He'll tell you.
Another professional entertainer.
He's our biggest fan.
So I'm excited. I'll go ahead and tell you her book is called Going to Maine. So, I mean, it's all in the name there. She done the AT, but Going to Maine, I think it's going to be fun.
I think it's going to be a good time. And she is
September
funny.
9th. Oh, yeah. September the 9th, 8 p.m.
Yeah, and don't forget, next week is the 10-year anniversary sale going on with Outdoor Vitals. Everything in the catalog, everything on that website is going to be on sale. Every single thing. Every single thing.
It would be the week to shop.
It is. It's the week to get it done. So, Jeremiah, we're going to get off here because you've got to go to school tomorrow.
I got school tomorrow, bro. My life of just sleeping in to whenever I want is done.
Pure summertime debauchery. It's all over.
Yeah.
It's all over.
It's
for
over.
Jeremiah.
It's back to the real world. Me and who was the other teacher who was in here earlier?
Which one?
Was it Megan?
Yeah, Megan was one of
Megan.
them. There were a couple
There
of them,
was-
actually. Karen.
Oh,
Karen.
Karen. Okay. Karen
Yeah.
Washington
Yep.
and Megan.
Yep.
Yep. The real world's about to smack me right in the face, but I can't complain too much because I had a great summer and plenty of time off work. Let's get back to the grind, baby. Monday nights, be here.
Absolutely. So we will catch you guys on the next one. Adios. We'll see y'all later.
Adios, folks.